Welcome back to another video. Put some music on and then we're gonna go do some trading. EU. We took a sell earlier from EU from here. We were looking for 4-hour demand. I can't remember exactly where it was. Might have been here. Closed profit at about 20,000. Let's have a look. How do I filter it to just today? Today. Yes, sir. I don't know if you can see that. It's the profit. 20,000. I don't really give a shit about the money. So we were looking from a sell from in here down into this zone for some buys. Actually that zone didn't hold. It was valid, but we were looking for sells from basically this supply right here. Right, and then we also had supply from here as well. So it was high probability that it was going to come down. Now we went on the technically it was on a 5 minute. It was earlier on in the morning. It was sitting around here. Okay. So if we go down to the 1 minute, we might be able to see everything. Yeah, because we almost got stopped out here. Right. Now on the 5 minute, we were looking for essentially a double MB off of here. So we had this, we had the push down, this push up, this push down, right, which created supply from this zone, right, and then all we were looking for was another valid sell. Now our validation became true or real at this point, with the stop loss being either this high or this high. Now if you go down, this is valid actually, obviously this high, because that's the supply that got created, and then you're taking it to put probably just here, if not more, but obviously then at this point you're going to go to maybe a 4 hour, and you're probably only targeting this point right here, which is 1 to 14 or 1 to 20, or where it is currently, which is 1 to 25. Right, but even on the daily, value supply, we had this demand created right here, right, but yeah, so it was a decent trade, let's just say that. Obviously that ran very nicely. I'm not going to do much speaking for this video. I'm going to do some back testing, but I'm only going to listen to my music for the most part. Okay, what's going on? Does this work? Why am I getting a message from work? So with the rise of illness coming in, we need to remember the sickness policy. You must call in sick at least 2 hours before your shift. Give more time is always better. And you must speak with the manager on shift. If you don't speak to the manager on shift, you will be marked down as unauthorized. I don't know. It's just to do with work. Having a good day. I don't trade this session, I don't think. Time is it 2 in the morning now? I don't trade this session. It's just time is at 2. Oh, it might be able to get on in this session. Yeah, sure. We'll go to trade this session. So again, as we always do, we like to go on the daily candles just to see what valid demand zones have we created, if there has been any. Alright. So we start off with a bullish break right here, and then we come down and we create what? This demand zone. Now, although market is bearish, we're not really going to be bearish from here, especially after previous bull breaks. So, in my eyes, we've created what? This one day demand. Okay. So, alternatively, we're going to be looking for buys from anywhere inside of here is going to be buys. No, our target's going to be this. And then what do we have? So, we'll go to a 1 hour show. We don't have a break on this. Bearish currently. If it wants to load, what's this music, man? Is there anything I can really take? Not really. Not really. At the moment. We could be looking for potential buys. So right here we've created what? Demand zone. Right here. Okay. So now we can go to 1 minute. Okay. And then we can look for potential re-entry. Right. Now we're getting this. So if we go back to the 15 minute, I believe. What have we done? We've actually created this as our demand. Now it doesn't have to come back. We know that, but probability wise it should come back. Okay. So we could wait this out, right? And then mark it. So we wait 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right? And then what do we have? We have another break here, right? This retest and this break up. So in terms of probabilities, right, this is a probable trade. Okay. Only to take this high. Now, that fails, right? Just because we're coming down, I think that is. And I didn't utilize one of the time frames, which actually makes sense, right? Because if we go back to, 1 hour, for instance, we're coming down, right? So we're looking for sales. Okay. So is there anything to take here? No. Is there anything to take here? No. Okay. So we just wait, right? What have we done? We've created one supply on a lower time frame. But if we go to the 5 minute, nothing, right? So if we play this, what do we have? We have valid, not yet. we have an equal high. Okay, now we have another demand. So if we go to a 5 minute, okay, we could be looking for potential buyers. We know. So when we closed above this, the only reason I was doing that was because I wanted to notice how things were. Okay, and this would be the trade. Okay, which gets stopped out by the looks of things. So there's a way we could have either made this bit better, and it would have been to target this. But again, we don't tap that. We only tap this zone. So if we went to a higher time frame, right? So where time frames come in. If it loads. Alright. Actually, it doesn't really target anything. So yeah, that was a complete fail. Okay. I mean, we do know we're bearish, so obviously when this got broken, right, this was a valid supply. Right now we could mark it out. I think it was this. Okay, we have a valid supply. Alright, we have a push, we have another push. And then we have this push here. But it doesn't break, so it doesn't validate that. But again, we have another supply. And then as soon as you break this, right, with this close, this is valid, and again, if we mix time frames again, where's our probability of, where can we go? I mean, we can come all the way down here, right? Right. So, I mean, realistically, we could be targeting this zone as a deeper mitigation. Right. Now, if we come to here, this is a 1 to 9. Okay. So, will this hit? No, probably not, and it didn't, just because of the way we know how this market moves. But you would have most likely, again, took profit, and you would have made money on this by targeting this zone. Okay, that's how I would have done mine. Okay, or again, this could be your stop loss right here, and then your target could be down here, because you know the higher risk to rewards always stop you out, most likely. So that should come down, most likely. And it is currently going down. Okay. Now, if we obviously mix this up with time frames, we understand that this is supply to sell from. Again, we're doing the exact same shit that we've just been doing, right? We have this push up, this push down. Okay, and all we're really looking for is validation. That's it. So right now we're what? Validating this first bit, and then we push down, right? So as soon as this closes on this 1 minute, your stop loss can be this high, and your target is going to be this low, right? And so now currently you're in 2 trades, okay? This one stops you out, okay? You're probably taking partials on this, okay? So, back to the 5 minute, see what we got. Valid supply. Valid supply to sell from. Somewhere. Okay, so valid, but then we got the retest and we got the breakthrough. So it pretty much invalidates this, but it pushes this first one. So obviously, if I show you real quick, this, and then we got this zone to sell from. So we're looking for sales still. Okay, still looking for sales, but then we get this break above. Right, it liquidates, and obviously on a 5 minute, if we go to it, what do we have? Liquidations, that's it. So when we get this push down, when we get this second push, this will be your stop loss. Okay, well technically you could have this as your stop loss if you want to do risk to reward better, or higher probability trades that are actually going to continue to win. And yeah, this will work. And then obviously it comes down, right? And we didn't take the sell side liquidity, but again, we're still looking for sales from up here. So what does that mean? It means we're just looking for trades to take. So we get this push, we get this retest, we get this break above. Okay, cool. Doesn't mean shit. Then when we break this down, again, you can take another sell from here. With your stop loss being where? This. And where's your profit target gonna be? Down here, right? Which are 1 to 5, a 1 to 5, and a 1 to 4. Right? And you continue to play this, obviously, with time. And as you can see, we hit full TP, right? This was our entry right here, and then this was our first entry. Okay. Now if we look at this trades, as you can see, that is effectively how you make 4, 9, 14. Right. 14% profit within, again, time frames. Again, we need to understand time frames, but this is a 3-hour time trading session. 3 hours. So in 3 hours, you have made basically a positive 14% gain on your account, right? So for example, if you had a 100k account, right, you've made 14k in 3 hours. Okay, so you had a 100k account, which isn't bad, or we can alternatively do 50k, because 50k is very feasible, right? And you've made 7k. Alright, done. So that is how you trade, and this is how you make money in the markets. And I know a lot of people go, "Oh, how do you do that?" It's not rocket science, okay? But again, we already knew the S&P was bearish, remember? Okay, now we didn't know we were going to sell from here exactly, but we kind of went to, remember when we went to the daily, and then we saw what was it, the supply? It was supply being created. Now, as we can see, by the end of this day, price does actually manage to come back up, right? Now, why is that? Okay, well, we have valid breaks getting pushed in, and as we said earlier, we were looking for buys, and I did say when we hit that zone, right? So if we go down to this lower time frame here, when we hit the zone, this was the zone we were looking at, or even this entire zone, but we refine it to this, we said we were looking for buys, right? So if we come down to this time frame, for instance, we are looking for buys. Now, do we get any confirmations to go, oh, we're buying? No, we don't, because we want to basically use higher time frames, meaning at least a 5-minute, to understand where price action is heading, right? But when we get this break here, and we have a 5-minute demand zone created, okay, this gives us an opportunity to buy from, okay? So as soon as, I mean, again, we tap into on this one, so on a 1 minute we create this buy, but on this higher time frame, which we want to use, we create, right? So when we mitigate, we're only just going to be looking for what buys, right? So what do we get? We get this breakdown, we get this push up, okay? Again, on that 5-minute, because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even this next one could be the 5-minute, right? We have a valid break, and then right here we have this valid break, right? Now, you could buy from there, or you could have waited, which I would have done, just because it wasn't valid. Like, we have equal high right here, we didn't break above, okay? But again, alternatively, deeper zone here is the buys. So when we get this breakdown and this push up, okay, we could effectively buy here, or we can fractalize our entry, right? Meaning we're just going to be patient, and again, we can go back to this 5-minute just to see where we're heading, right? And by the looks of things, obviously, it doesn't look like we're even in a buy position at the moment, right? Because we use that time frame to understand where we are, okay? But when we get this another thing, we get another what? Zone created, okay? Right here, break, valid, okay? So you can go like this, and you can drag like that, okay? You can go demand, okay? You get the mitigation, and you get what? This push up, right? But it's not valid in my eyes. Alright, now if we go back to this 5 minute, what do we have? Well, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right. But right here, what do we have? This break. But do we have any confluences? No. Patience. We're going to break up. Okay. Now where was this demand created? Right. In fact, matter of fact, I'm the dumbass. Yes, your buy should have been from this close, this stop loss, this target. That would have been your trade. Or again, you could have alternatively tried to target some higher positions up here, right? Now, on this, I don't know, 30 minute for instance, you're actually going to want to be targeting, again, this zone, right? So, this little beginning of the zone is where our target's going to be, okay? Now, on this 1 minute, what do we have? What do we have? We just have impulse. We have bullish demand. And again, that's just because of the zone we're in, remember? So, we need to identify the right areas to buy and sell from, and the time frames, because they are extremely important. Okay, and that was how today, that is exactly how I took a sell from here all the way into here. Okay, now you might not think that's much, but when you go down to a 1 minute, right, and you see an entry, which I think I showed you, but when you take an entry off of, I can't remember what it was exactly, I think it was, it might have been here or some shit, I don't know exactly. But when you take an entry from here, sure, and you take the price right down into what these deep zones here where this box is, okay, and you hit something ridiculous like a 13R, that's when it looks fucked. Okay, that's when it gets fucked. Now, again, because we've had this impulse, we want to go on the 5 minute and we want to establish what's going on. Nothing. We've got nothing, right? So we're still looking for buys. So we could buy here. Right, again, this is a valid buy. And your stop loss is valid here. And your target could essentially be up here, wherever it was, right? But realistically, we're going to want to be targeting these zones up here, right? But on the higher time frames, we're going to have different zones. So if we go to a 5 minute, for instance, okay, what do we have? What do we have for targets? We have this zone, okay, but we've already broke through this supply, straight through. What makes you think this is going to hold? Right. So you could, again, probably be targeting this level. But now I'm looking at it, I wouldn't even take it. I wouldn't. Just because, hear me out, just because we've been pushing so high up, I'd rather just wait, and obviously that comes down. So, that's good. Okay, to create this valid, again, we're probably looking for sales at this point anyway. So, if we move this across, okay, we have this valid supply created, right? But what happens? Fuck's sake. Push it straight through, okay? What's this still on? Okay, so again, still buying, but we got some small liquidations. Okay, now what would I do at this point? This is where time frames come in very clutch, if you want to say that. Right, what do we have more? Like, if you look at this, the supply right here, create this huge push down, right? And then we had this, but that got broke. But again, we had this supply, right? So again, when we're in, basically, this is going to be another zone you want to be highlighting, right? That zone up here, right? I believe. Now my chart does look kind of messy with the colours and shit, but forget that. Forget what it looks like. We know we want to be potentially selling from this zone. Okay, does it mean we're going to get into that zone? No. No, but when we're unmitigated, there's a high probability that we're going to go, especially when we're impulsively coming through. It means that we could be looking for buys from here, right? So we could essentially delete this, and then we could do this. Alright, and then we see this. Okay, push down and then a buy. Break down, push. On this close we buy, stop loss here. Okay, and then target here. Okay, and then we're gonna play, and we're on a 1 minute, remember. So, is there anything to take at this point in time? No. Okay, is there any entries here? No, but what can we be doing? Looking for another buy. Right, we're coming down. Okay, cool. And okay, could we buy? No. Well, yes, technically yes. Highlight this zone. Okay, we break through. Liquidate maybe. We grab liquidity and we create a new demand. Okay, cool. Well, here. Bang, impulse. Okay, what does that mean? Now there's demand zone here. Break down. And then bang, we buy. Right, this is our buy. Okay, now your entry could be this with a stop loss here, or stop loss here, target here. Okay, and then we get stopped on this position. Okay, but again, if we had our stop loss here, let's just see how it plays. Okay, and it obviously starts to push up higher. Now that is also why I do not try to go for higher risk to rewards positions. So our entry was here. Was our stop loss supposed to be here? No, our stop loss was supposed to be right here. Let that get stopped. The risk reward was an 8, but this one was the smarter option, and again, you should have probably chose that one. And by the looks of things, just if we go on both positions, right, and we play this price action real quick, okay, we get it. TP hit on both positions, so that gives us 9. Again, if we mark this out, this gives us a what? A plus 9% growth on my account. Right, and again, on a 100k account, that equals to 9k profit in how long? What was the time frame on this session? My sister's gone in. Yeah. Hello? Hold on a sec. What? I can hear you, what? What's up? Hello? What is there? What is there? Anything? I'll try something, yeah. Yeah, just give me anything. No, cheers. Alright, cheers. I think it's another 9%. So we managed to catch. I mean, and that's just how you can kind of trade. Okay, it's quite nice, but at the same time, it's a bit. Notice how we didn't need to trade this. There's no point. You don't really need to trade all these things. That's the thing. But yeah, it all depends. But that was a nice little extension on there. So we could go to like a 15-minute just to see where price action's at. Okay, and even at this point, we go to 5-minute, right? And we can be very patient. We can be patient at this point. We don't need to worry about anything. So we could literally camp on that 5-minute, and we can go, okay, is this demand or is this supply? It could be possibly supply, but we don't know. Is this demand? Yes, it is. Does that mean we can buy from it? Possibly, right? Now it pushes up even higher, okay? So, again, you could have potentially bought off of it, but we already know we are in a sell zone. So, it doesn't correlate, make sense? So, this is our first supply that gets created, okay? This is our first 5 minute break, okay? Now, if we go down to the 1 minute, okay, we are basically looking either for a return in this zone or confirmations to sell. So when we get this break up and then this push down, we already created a new supply zone. So you can literally forget about this zone, forget that, doesn't matter. This is our supply. Okay, so when we retest into this and we break down like this, we've created what we know as our entry. Now our stop loss could be this high right here, or alternatively it could be this high. Okay, now in this case we're going to use this. Okay, and we are going to target, where are we going to target? Well, we're at the 5 minute. What zones do we have? What valid zone? So right here we have supply. So we could target this as a 1 to 4. Okay, so if we come back to here, okay, come on, there we go. As we can see, what happened? Right, and also the reason why we don't use this as stop loss is because, as you can see right here, look, if we use this as our stop loss, this zone right here and just above, we got stopped right before we broke down, right? Which is why exactly I tell you, don't become liquidity. Okay, that results in a nice 1 to 4. Okay, now of course we could also be targeting this and this, but as we already said, that is our first zone, because on the 5 minute, or was it the 15, I don't know, I think it was the 5, this area top can always have some reactions. Okay, but we know we're coming down even lower, we know it. No, but we do not. Okay, we do not. Now that means that you could be selling from here, here. Okay, but you could also be selling from here. Okay, so when you get this break, okay, and then this validation right here, again, this is candle, it's valid. Okay, now if we play this, this was just a random point. I wasn't targeting any area liquidity exactly. But yeah, this would have made more sense right here. So it would have been right here. Yeah, we just randomly looked at it and we said it's going to go there, and it was right. So it's about being able to understand areas simply. And we still know this is going to come down. And I can play price action real quick just to show you guys that it's going to come down. Okay. Right. Probably even more. I mean, we're not entirely sure, but again, 1 minute. Right, what do we have? These. So if we play on the 5 minute, right, we end up coming down, right? Should come down even more. This is just consolidation now. Again, you can still take entries off of here, from here to here, here to here. It doesn't really matter. But this is the session between this is the overnight session, so you're not going to trade this. You might be trading this session here, like 7, 8 in the morning, which is 8 in the morning right there. So again, this is something you could be looking at. Okay, now on here, what do we have? Valid supply. Okay, cool. Sells. Okay, what do we have? This sell. Okay, cool. What else do we have? Right, we have another break and another sell. Okay, now we can wait for a retest and another breakdown, like this, but we don't get a full break, so again, it doesn't validate. Okay, now we're in this zone where we wanted to look at. Okay, do we have any entries we can take? No. Right here, break. Okay. Right there. So, okay, target, and then again on the 5 minute, for instance, where's your target gonna be? We're already at this liquidity zone, so where could be targeting overall? This or this? Again, it doesn't matter. We can literally target right here. Okay, now we can wait on the 5 minute just to see how price develops. Stops out, right? Because we know that this is supply on a 5 minute, so also we didn't make it this zone, so we could be coming up to that. So we take one loss. Okay, cool. It's 1% and right. We can also be very patient, so we've created what supply on here. 5 minute, okay, cool. Go down to 1 minute. Okay, looking for cells. Right here. No. 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 Okay, we break down. Awesome. So we could have basically sold from here. Or we could be very patient until this. Then we sell. Right here. Stop loss can be this high or this high. This high. We're going to choose the second high. We always choose second just because the way the price is fucking... it's very slimy. Okay, it's very... you know the word. Very strange. We'll go back to the 1 minute. And again, we can play this, but we get stopped out again. Okay, it's what it is. But as we know, we took 2 losses here, but that 2 loss doesn't even equivalent for this, or doesn't even make up for this. That's half, right? And then this and this. So we made 9k profit here. Okay, cool. And we made 7k on the, like, you know what I mean? Like, the losses come. The losses always are always here. But don't let them just take your soul, because then you're not gonna be a good trader. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So yeah, peace.